The Commodore 64 is awash with several new release titles for the classic 8-bit machine, and this trend continues with the release of Rocky Memphis, The Legend of Atlantis, the latest puzzle platforming game for the Commodore 64, designed by Trevor Story, coded by Stuart Collier, and distributed by Cytronic Software. The Legend of Atlantis starts off by explaining the backstory of heroic adventurer Rocky Memphis, who is on his latest expedition in the jungles of Mexico when he comes across a marker pointing to a temple in Tunisia that may be the path to Atlantis. Rocky has long sought to discover this great mystical land and is determined to investigate the lead as part of his next expedition. Rocky jets into the temple by plane and is ready to commence his latest adventure to uncover the Legend of Atlantis. As you take control of Rocky, you find that the entrance to the inner temple chamber is blocked off, but you quickly work out the symbol you found back in Mexico is the key to continuing. As you move into the temple, care will need to be taken to avoid the various booby traps contained throughout. At the same time, Rocky will also need to avoid the deadly bats and scorpions, a task that is not difficult to do if you're patient and plan your moves ahead of time. The Legend of Atlantis features a broad range of puzzles for you to solve. To help you along the way, you will find cryptic clues on stone tablets found in multiple locations within the temple. The controls to Rocky Memphis are mostly intuitive. Left or right diagonal up to jump. Fire button will use a selected object. Pressing down and fire will search and collect objects. Perhaps the inventory selection system invoked by fire and up is the only control method that requires some getting used to, and at times feels fiddly. It is great that the game is isolating control to be all done on the joystick, but perhaps the option to use spacebar or a combination of F1, F3 keys may have resulted in a more fluid inventory control system. The key to progressing through the Legend of Atlantis is attention to detail and searching everything. Combining found items with wall switches, pedestals and statues will often result in a closed section of the temple opening. But you need to be aware that not all items found are going to be useful in helping you with your quest, and herein lies one of the stronger elements of the game, the requirement for you to use your guile and logic to appreciate how items interact with fixtures within the temple. The puzzles throughout the game are quite enjoyable to solve, and at no time did I feel that they were too obscure or unfair in any way. Eventually, Rocky will come across a scroll of knowledge, but at first attempt, the scroll appears to just be an illusion. You quickly find out that this is the case with all the other scrolls you locate. So, it appears that for you to be able to collect the scrolls, Rocky will need to find a way to make the temple descend into darkness and have its interior illuminated by nothing other than the power of the moon. When you do figure out how to transform the lighting within the temple, the game transitions into the next phase with a darker look and new enemies to tackle. More importantly, it is only in dark mode that you can physically collect the scrolls of knowledge. There are 10 scrolls to collect. It is possible to complete the game with less than 10 scrolls, but doing so will only give you the bad ending, where failing to uncover the full knowledge of Atlantis means that you are not able to produce evidence of your find, and you miss out on your opportunity on gaining everlasting fame. The Legend of Atlantis features some beautifully drawn high-resolution graphics. With a blend of multicolour added to the mix, it produces a very impressive looking Rocky Memphis character who is very well animated and moves freely about the screen. The background contains some intricate detail and it is very effective in replicating a temple theme environment. Having already composed temple-style music in games such as Joe Gunn and Sydney Hunter, I thought Saul Cross might have run out of ideas when it came to providing the backing track to The Legend of Atlantis. I thought the music was lacking upon my initial play. However, after countless hours of playing the game, I found myself starting to whistle and hum along to the track, which consequently added to the overall enjoyment of the game. Though, I did get some funny looks by my co-workers when I started humming the tune on numerous occasions to myself in the office. With any puzzle platformer, game design is a key element to a successful game. While The Legend of Atlantis only contains about 68 or 69 screens in total, The non-linear nature of the gameplay, along with the clever and fair puzzles and the dark mode setting, all combine so well to produce a long, enduring and enjoyable game. I have no hesitation in recommending Rocky Memphis: The Legend of Atlantis. The game was a pleasure to play and provided an engrossing and addictive gaming experience. I would suggest that The Legend of Atlantis is one of the best designed games for the Commodore 64, and I can easily see myself returning to this game time after time in future years.